Tax time is just around the corner and West Australians making extra money with a side hustle are on notice. YouTubers, influencers, Uber drivers and freelancers are being targeted by the Australian Tax Office. Finance guru Michelle Maynard is here this afternoon. Hello again, Michelle.
Hi, Mon.
What are the traps for West Aussies supplementing their incomes with other jobs?
The big trap is they aren't prepared for tax time, and that from two things, their records, but also the tax implications of having a second or possible third job. A lot of people are under the misconception that you get the tax-free threshold from every income source that you get, but you don't. So if you are employed and then you do a side hustle or have some other job on top, that means it gets taxed at a higher marginal rate. So those that haven't put the adequate money aside will find themselves with a bill at the end of the year, one that they possibly haven't put the money aside for.
Exactly when does the ATO consider creative activities to make a little bit of extra money a business?
So it's a hard one, and it really depends on each individual circumstance. But what the ATO says is once you start doing things repetitively, once you advertise to the public, so it's gone bigger than just family or friends that you're peddling to, that becomes a business. If you're dealing with any of these platforms that require you to register for an ABN so you can use them, by definition you have an Australian business number and you've declared to the ATO that you are in business. So there's not an income level you have to meet, it's more about how the size and scale of the activities that you're undertaking.
So what do people need to do when they become a business?
So when you are a business, first of all, you have to register for an Australian business number. And then what you have to do is make sure you keep your records, because at the end of the year, you're going to have to include that business income and expenses in your annual tax return. So you need to make sure that you are invoicing your customers, so you've got all those records that you need to do and are doing that appropriately. For businesses that grow and scale, you need to worry about things like GST. So if you are doing more than $75,000 worth of sales a year, you possibly need to register for that. So it's about knowing what your obligations are and ensuring that you're planning for them throughout the year.
The ATO said that it's going to be keeping an eye on influencers and side hustles. What information will they have access to?
The information that they are getting is getting wider and wider by the minute, and they're effectively getting fed from these platforms. So YouTube will be reporting to the ATO payments it makes for subscriptions and payments it makes to its influencers. Instagram will be doing the same. Uber Eats and Uber drivers, that information already gets fed to the ATO. So what the ATO do will be looking at the tax return of those individuals and making sure that that income is reported in there.
Michelle, we will chat again next Tuesday.
Thanks, Mon.